Mitsuki will beat Kawaki in their next upcoming fight. I know this is crazy, but we have been given a pretty good hint foreshadowing the possibility of Mitsuki beating Kawaki and forcing him to go rogue. And you know what? Everything is happening according to what Boruto foresaw when he saw the future in chapter 75. The moment is finally here. The future that Boruto saw is about to come to pass in the next few chapters, and it all starts with Mitsuki beating Kawaki. So let's jump right into it. Mitsuki will beat Kawaki. What do I mean by that? First of all, I need to point out that under normal circumstances, this wouldn't happen. If Kawaki and Mitsuki were to get into a fight, Kawaki would give him the treatment, and it wouldn't be a fun time for Mitsuki. But we are not under a normal circumstance. The writers have made this very clear by saying that Kawaki is low on chakra. So we have to go back to chapter 75. First of all, before that chapter, Kawaki sealed Naruto and Hinata. And in chapter 77, he had a big fight with Boruto that lasted a good amount of time in the chapter. In that same chapter, we see Kawaki use the ability to shrink himself all throughout the chapter, which does take a lot of chakra according to Shikamaru. So he says to Mitsuki that they should follow Kawaki because he is probably low on chakra, because he has been spamming this ability over and over again. I believe that this is a hint that the authors are giving us to let us know that the fight between Kawaki and Mitsuki will not be an easy fight for Kawaki, and there is a strong possibility that Mitsuki will actually win due to the fact that Kawaki is low on chakra. So first of all, if you go back to the scene we saw in chapter 75, I would have to come to the conclusion that due to all the information we have seen in the past few chapters, everybody is looking for Kawaki. This is a fact at this point. I think that everybody should come to the same conclusion due to many reasons. First of all, who are the people who are going around trying to follow and find Kawaki? It is Mitsuki, it is Sadara, and we see Shikadai and some other people from that team. Shikadai tells Kawaki that this is something that a friend would not do. If you guys are keeping up with the episodes that are happening of the Code Arc, we see how Shikadai was helping Kawaki get accustomed to the village, teaching him what it is to be a friend and how you should act with people around you. This is something that Kawaki is almost going against with everything that he has done. Mitsuki is mad. Why is Mitsuki mad? He's mad because of what Kawaki did to Boruto. We literally saw him give Kawaki a death stare, foreshadowing what is going to happen in the next few chapters. So I think at this point, it is very clear that everybody is looking for Kawaki at that specific moment. Mitsuki never gets angry apart from when it has to do with Boruto, and he literally said that he doesn't know what he would have done to the person who had killed Boruto, and that same person is Kawaki. And when it comes to Kawaki's physical state in that battle, it is not looking good. The shrinking ability takes a lot of chakra, so Kawaki probably won't have the time or the chakra necessary to be able to use that in that fight, which would mean that it is most likely going to be a lot more even, as Kawaki will not be able to use some of his most broken abilities due to him not having a lot of chakra. We already know that when you're low on chakra, you cannot use your abilities the same way that you were using them in the past. Sometimes they won't even work, or they can lead to death. Let's not forget the information and the fundamentals of chakra that we learned in Naruto. We also see Kawaki with blood on his face, and it doesn't seem to be from the scar that he gave to Boruto, because I don't remember seeing Kawaki with any sort of blood on his face, which only means one thing. Kawaki, before even fighting Mitsuki, must have ran into some other people, maybe some guards or some of the Leaf police force in the village, and maybe had to kill or harm one of them because they were coming between him and his goals. We know that Kawaki is prepared to kill anyone, even Sadara, if they come between his goals. For those who are saying that maybe it is Mitsuki's blood, I think they have made it very clear that it is not Mitsuki's blood. After we hear that Sadara has finally arrived and we don't see any type of injury on Mitsuki, so I don't think the fight has already started between Mitsuki and Kawaki. Mitsuki is clearly taking this seriously, which is why he has activated the Sage Mode, and he is about to fight Kawaki, who he deems to be someone pretty strong, which is why he has resorted to using the Sage Mode. And this is going to be their big moment. Sadara and Mitsuki Mitsuki need a big moment before the end of the time skip. This is something that's already been foreshadowed for Sadara, as they almost foreshadowed that Sadara is going to be the one who is going to defeat Ida alongside Sumire because they are not affected by their abilities. So right now, Mitsuki is the only one left who hasn't had a big moment, and I think that moment has finally come. I think this is what they're foreshadowing. Mitsuki with his Sage Mode is going to be very powerful and possibly cause Kawaki to actually have to try and maybe not even win. I think that either Kawaki will just continue on running away and then Mitsuki would catch up, or they will start fighting and Mitsuki would not just dog Kawaki. I don't think it would just be an easy dog, but I think that it would be in the case where Mitsuki has the advantage. We already know that the Sage Mode is something that is going to be pretty strong. If the Sage Mode is not important, it basically means that Mitsuki is not going to be an important character in the time skip, and I don't think they want to make the same mistake they did with certain characters. I believe that there are going to be characters like Hima, Sadara, Mitsuki, if he survives this fight, and Boruto and Kawaki who are going to be super relevant. And this is basically going to be the moment that tells us, is Mitsuki going to be relevant in the future, or is he just going to die? I think that Mitsuki has to be relevant. He is one of the fan favorites of this show. I like him a lot personally, and we have seen Oroshiki tease that there is something interesting regarding Mitsuki's abilities. So this is what we are going to be seeing in this next upcoming fight between Kawaki and Mitsuki. It's something that has to happen, and I'm very sure that we will have to see somebody take a massive W, and I hope it is Mitsuki. Mitsuki would probably fight Kawaki, maybe injure him a bit, and then after, his body probably couldn't take it anymore and then he's out of the fight. But we can clearly see that Mitsuki is powerful and just has to train a little bit his body to be used to the Sage Mode. Or we're just going to see him get dog walked, and if he's going to get dog walked and done dirty the entire fight, just kill him at this point. I don't want him to be relevant and basically useless. I want him to be a strong character in the future. So either it's going to be a great moment for Mitsuki, or he's just gonna die and leave. And I think it has to be a great moment because Kawaki, he can't stay in the village anymore. With everything that he has done, it's going to be very complicated for Kawaki not to be under constant threat. And this is something that he's going to have to realize. After everything that has happened, he's going to say, I bet I can't stay in this village, and either he'll be forced because of everybody who's attacking him, causing him to stay in the outskirts of the village, maybe roaming around looking and making sure the village is safe, because I just can't see him staying in the village. Or we could get the worst possible outcome. And the worst possible outcome, while everybody is focusing on Kawaki, we have Ida and Damien. Ida and Damien, obviously, they seem to be helping the Leaf right now, but in true actuality, Ida is with Kawaki. Ida loves Kawaki. Kawaki cannot be killed, and Ida is basically looking at everything that is happening. If she sees that Kawaki's life is truly put under threat, she will definitely come and save Kawaki. And this is the biggest problem. Will there be some sort of revolution? Because Ida and Damien, Ida can literally make the entire village under her feet, under her command. And this is something that is definitely possible if Kawaki manipulates her in that sense. And you guys have to let me know what you guys think about that, because this is definitely the worst outcome for Boruto and the village, and it's basically the best for Kawaki. Kawaki would continue to protect the village that Naruto had worked so hard to protect, while protecting Naruto at the same time by having him sealed in a different place. So it would mean that Boruto would then be the person who would have to leave. It's either going to be one of them, because Kawaki has to stay in the village to continue protecting what Naruto loves so much, and Boruto, if Kawaki is in the village, Boruto cannot be there. So it means that if Kawaki is to stay in the village and Ida and Damien are to basically have a revolution and put everybody under their feet and under their command, it means that Boruto can't be there. And I don't know what will happen to Mitsuki and Sadara. Maybe they will escape too. I don't know what would happen. Obviously Hima, Kawaki can't do too much to Hima, so she'll stay there. I don't know exactly what will happen, but the future is not looking good for Boruto at all. And it all stems from the idea that Kawaki can basically manipulate Ida and Damien. And if you want to find out how exactly that will happen, watch this video right here.